What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 406 Homes. I'm Kevin, and today we're sitting down with Zac from GFAR, the Great Falls Association of Realtors, to get to know a little bit more about what the association does, your local association. There's local, national, and state level associations. This is kind of the boots on the ground. And Zac, why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself? You're brand new to Great Falls Association of Realtors. You're not new to Great Falls.
Correct.
Why don't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm the CEO here. Started in March. I'm from the area. I grew up in Belt, just outside of Great Falls. I was in real estate in Missoula, actually, from 2006 to 2012. But in 2010, I started my own business and went to the oil field, and I did a bunch of mergers and acquisitions and high-level business consulting. So, but my wife's from Great Falls, and I have kids here and family here and everything. So
nice. And how long were you in real estate in Missoula?
From 06 to 12.
Okay, so
That's
you
when I
saw
let
a
my
lot of
license
crazy
go.
stuff.
Yeah. I stopped selling homes in Missoula though in 2009.
Okay, fair enough.
I just got my real estate license for a few years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you tell me some of your favorite things about Great Falls?
Oh man, there's so many things about Great Falls that I think people just don't realize, but I think the big one is, the Missouri runs right through the middle of town, which, there's so much things to do along the river and see. I'm literally 20 minutes away from the mountains, which is wonderful. We do a lot of fly fishing, so running up the river is really easy. We have the flag project, which we run here, that oversees all of Great Falls, which I think is wonderful as well. And it's actually a really good place to raise a family. It is. So
that's awesome. I would have to agree. We'll get into that flag project a little bit more in a minute.
Yeah.
You've been in here about 6-7 months now, correct? What are you seeing locally in our market? I know we're kind of an isolated market from a lot of the rest of the world. So.
Yeah, we're not Bozeman or Missoula or Kalispell, which is okay, because they have their own appeal. But the COVID years till now, real estate's been very busy, but it's starting to slow down a little bit. And I think that now providing what it means to be a realtor and what it means for you guys to do your positions and what we're supposed to do in our market is really big right now, is the education piece and the transparency piece. And I think, business is going to go back to being kind of like what it was in 2018, 2019, where we're very steady selling homes here. Of course, interest rates could be a little better at the moment, but I do think that will get corrected soon. And, we'll actually have a good churn rate of people buying and selling homes.
Wonderful. Do you see a lot of people relocating here still outside of the base? I know we have the huge Air Force base that brings a lot of people here, but do you see?
Oh yes, we're still getting folks from outside the state of Montana or outside of Great Falls moving here. There's some new businesses that are looking at relocating here. We also have the Minuteman project, which is they're going to be redoing all the missile silos from here all the way to North Dakota, so that's going to bring in a lot of folks as well. But we do have some rental vacancies, more than we've had in the past, and things like that. So, the market is softening a little bit, but I still think that there's good activity out there.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I guess let's go kind of into, you talked about, realtors having to actually kind of come in and perform. You can't just put something on the MLS and have it sell. What's the role of the association kind of within the community, and then we'll kind of move into what it is with the realtors.
Well, I think it's twofold here at the association. So we're here for education And we're here to, to lead the way in explaining what realtors do and how we do it and why we do it. And the association is here to back all of that up. Also to be able to relay data points back and forth from Montana Realtors Association all the way up to the National Association of Realtors. But I think that's kind of our role here is education and transparency. And then as community partnerships, that's really what we're here for. We do a ton of stuff in our community. I'm involved in tons of things in this community, as well as a lot of my board members, a lot of my committee members, and as well as a lot of just my membership in general. It's big about giving back to the community that we're in. There's so many amazing people that do amazing things here that I can't keep track of all of it, but we try to. But the association as a whole is very well connected in the community. We're very big about the homelessness need here, so we do sponsor a lot of those types of events, and we do a lot of things with that. And so, yeah, I think for me, that's kind of what gets me up out of bed every day is to get to do those things.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's also one of my favorite parts is being able to have such an impact on the community and see it from the ground floor. That's pretty awesome.
Boots on the ground thing, yeah.
Absolutely. What kind of, do you guys offer any education to the general public, the community, or is that mostly member centered?
Mostly membership. However, we have affiliate partners as well that they bring in education as well. But in 2024, we're actually in the process of developing a more diverse, robust training curriculum. So, with our partnerships with like NeighborWorks, be able to bring people in, first-time home buyers, bring them in, be able to educate them about what this whole process is. Also, there's an initiative for us as a local association to get involved in the schools to be able to talk to people about high school students that you will someday will be able to afford a home, and these are the ways that you do that. And for me to be able to get into the education system, or some of my realtor members, I think is a huge thing. So that we're able to talk about finances and what your credit score means and what it means for a down payment and all those kinds of things is very educational just to the general public.
That's amazing. That sounds, I wish that was something somebody was thinking about when I was a kid, you were a kid, because there's a lot of that education missing out there. Is that kind of early process, or I'm sure you're a go-getter, so you got to be going down the road with it.
Early process yet. It was asked from the National Association down, but, the local associations are kind of the ones that get that going, and the new board coming in is very proactive on that. So,
sure.
We've already had some discussions with Great Falls Public Schools, as well as Central Catholic, and as well as Paris Gibson Education Center, for us to be able to come in, maybe quarterly for an hour and speak with students about, what it means to be a realtor, what it would mean if you wanted to do this as a profession, but then also to be able to talk to them about what real estate is and how that can be helpful and what it means to manage your finances and save money and those kinds of things. And I think, in the future, it probably will progress to be able to have, financial advisors come with us as well, for them to be able to introduce themselves and what they do and how they're able to help people with, saving money and those kinds of things, because we never had that kind of education when I was growing up. If your parents were into it, then you were probably into it. If you got into business later in life, of course, you probably got into it. But I think starting with the juniors and seniors in high school, I think is a really good opportunity to do so. But we've also been reached out to by the University of Providence as well, of doing something there as well, which I think is positive too.
Man, that's super exciting. Do you have anywhere people, because I'm sure there's going to be people out there that are excited about this, and how they can get in touch, get involved?
Yeah, so we're just, like I said, we're kind of in the beginning phase of it, but there's going to be some registration links that go out for us to be able to teach the people that want to do that and what they can say in the school and what they can't and the reason why behind it, and then they get an accreditation for that, and then we'll be able to plug them into the schools.
That's outstanding. Yep. Yeah, I definitely will be interested in keeping up with that for you. So how about the flag project? The other thing you're into?
Love the flag project. So, we have the flag that is on Overlook Park that where in 2024 will be the 40th annual celebration for that, which our committee's already planning on a big celebration for that, which I think will be fun. You know, having the flag over the city of Great Falls was, you know, started by two realtors that just had a dream about it, and it was a passion project, and now it's become a non-for-profit that we run here at the Association of Realtors. And you know, in 2024 there's going to be some big things with that. You know, we just got done dedicating a flag to Riverview Elementary, which was an amazing thing. You know, we didn't know what to expect when we were asked to do that, and we went and did it, and we had a lot of community partners there. But to have 400 plus students stand in the gym and all say the Pledge of Allegiance at the same time was quite powerful. So, you know, we're being asked to do that in more schools. I think Valley View's next on the schedule. So, you know, and there'll be more to come from that. I think that's kind of what that platform should be used for. You know, we do have the big essay contest in the elementaries anyway. So, you know, it just gives us another touch point to say, you know, what the flag is about and why we do what we do here at the Realtor Association to keep the flag flying with our partnership with Montana Air National Guard. So, you know, I think, you know, there'll be some more cool things to come with that.
Absolutely. Man, I actually didn't know that, being a realtor, that the flag up on the hill was from the association.
Yeah.
That's super fun. So you said coming in 2024, is it spring, summer, when that is going to happen?
Well, the Valley View thing I think is going to happen in December, but then we'll have other schools starting to be on the docket in January, February, like one a month. The goal is to get a big flag in everybody's gym by the end of the school year, and if not, we'll progress through. And then, you know, the essay contest is in May, about the same time they do the Charlie Russell one, but this one's for 4th graders, I believe, and Charlie Russell's for 5th. So we get really good participation from that.
Huh. Good. I mean, I don't know how you keep all this stuff straight, man. It's amazing. So explain the essay contest to me a little bit. What are they after? What's the subject that they're writing about, and what do they win? Yeah,
so what the essay's about is what the flag means to me.
Okay.
And and so they write an essay about that, and then we select 3 winners. First place gets a $100 gift card as well as their teacher, and then I think it's 50 and 50 after that. And then they also get to read their essay at the Flag Day ceremony on the Hill on Flag Day.
Oh, that's awesome. Super cool. So then, now where are the donations coming from for this project?
Well, we get donations not only from the realtors, but also from the public. We also sell prints. We have mortar prints here. We have postcards and stationery at Overlook Park. So we generate money that way. And then we also get some good donations just from businesses or from the public.
Nice. Does Overlook Park have an Instagram or anything?
It does. It
does
has its own website.
Nice. That's cool. What's the website?
Great Falls Realtor Flag Project.com, I believe is what it is.
Nice. I'll throw some links.
And then we also have an Instagram account and a Facebook account for that as well.
Fun. I'll definitely tag those in the video. That's awesome. So I guess we'll move on to the realtors. What, in your eyes as the CEO of the association, what makes a great realtor, and what role does the association play in that?
Oh man, what makes a great realtor? I mean, I think there's so many great realtors that we have in our membership, but I think, you know, transparency is probably one of the main things that probably comes to my mind. You know, being transparent with not only sellers, but also with buyers and also everybody else that's in the process, whether it's a lender or insurance or the title company or whatever. I think that's kind of where it starts. I think honesty and integrity is right up there as well with the transparency. And I just think, you know, getting in and doing the work.
Sure.
You know, it's not just the days of just putting it on the MLS are probably over. I think it's very helpful. MLS is an amazing platform that we're all a part of, but I also believe it going back to doing business that we used to do where, you know, working your referrals and getting a hold of people and really becoming more engaged in the community. I mean, in my past experience, the more engagement you have in things, your business will actually pay off for that in the long run, you know.
Sure.
Not getting fixated on short-term money, it's more about the long term.
Right.
So I think, you know, our industry's kind of going through some things at the moment, and I think that's actually what's going to shake out of it. I honestly believe is the association is here to make sure that we're doing those things and that we uphold to our code of ethics and that we provide the services and the things that we say that we're going to do, and we follow up and get it done. I think that's, for me, that would make it probably that would be like the poster child for what a realtor's supposed to be.
That's awesome. And then what kind of role do you guys play in help mold that poster child? I mean, you mentioned the code of ethics, you're obviously a regulatory board as well. I mean, how do you keep everybody on the straight and narrow and then keep them moving towards that poster child?
Yeah, I think, again, I think it just comes down to the association being open to people's ideas and how we move things forward. The association, since I've been here, has been very transparent. We also probably over communicate. We get that a lot, too many emails, things like that. But I just feel like the more quivers you guys all have in your arrows is better, and it helps you be more fully equipped. But also, I think we have a very robust educational system here. We have, you know, realtors are supposed to have 12 hours of certified education a year. But as of right now in 2024, we have like over 100 hours scheduled for education, from how to do a listing all the way to, you know, then the brass tacks of how to get a transaction done and everything in between, and code of ethics and all those kinds of things. And I think that's how the association is trying to help everybody be better.
That's fantastic. How do, you know, for the realtors watching this, how do they find that information and like those schedules? There's a link for that too, I'm sure?
Oh yeah, so we have our own website, and on there is the calendar, and that has all the training on it. And then weekly we send out a weekly e-bulletin that has a lot of information on it. And then I usually send out a thing every Monday about what's going on with the association, so that people know what we got going on here, if they want to attend or those kinds of things. So,
sure.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out.
Just read your emails, man. That's kind of what it comes down to.
Love it. You guys got any good workshops, super exciting workshops or events coming up that you're...
Well, we just had an amazing panel discussion here just a couple weeks ago with appraisers, lenders, and brokers. And I think it was so well received that we're going to start doing that for the general membership at some Thursday meetings. This week we have Brock Cherry. He's the new city planning and community development director at the city, so I'm very excited to bring him here. And then we also are going to have a little bit of a conversation with our president. And you know, since I've gotten here, I've tried to make the board more present and prevalent in meetings. And I think that's going to continue going forward as well. You know, to sit on the board of the association is a privilege, and for us to be able to communicate to everybody about what's going on and be accessible is very beneficial to the mission going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this one's a little bit more personal. What is something you're most proud of that you've done in your professional life?
In my professional life, oh man, I've done so many cool things, and I've been a part of so many amazing things, but most proud of, well, I've been mentoring youth for as long as I can remember, and this has given me a platform, and all the positions I've had before has given me a platform to be able to give back to that. So, you know, I love coaching youth, I love mentoring youth, and helping them not just exceed expectations in their own craft, but to make them solid human beings going forward is kind of probably one of the most important things to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So you said you coach sports,
Coach sports, yeah. I've been
Nice.
coaching sports forever. So it's actually started back when I was 19 years old. The first team I ever coached was a little basketball team for the Heisey Youth Center, and now those gentlemen are in their 25, 26, and a few of them still talk to me to this day, and I find that to be very powerful. So, and I've continued to do it for as long as I can remember.
I love
That was even before I had my own kids. So, but I've been very involved in their sports and extracurricular activities as well. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, that's what it's all about. If we don't reach back and help people and don't help our youth and learn what adversity is and how to deal with that, and how everybody is different, and that's okay, and how we can continue to be good humans, I think that's really what we're here for.
Man, that's awesome. I love where your head and your heart is for just the next generation, like bringing them forward, making sure they're successful, and doing that from such a young age is so cool. And then bringing that here to an industry that kind of has a bad rap for getting people engaged, getting new members engaged, getting people started in the business, to have a resource like you come in here and want to shake things up and make sure everybody succeeds and elevates together is going to be amazing for our city. So thank you for that.
I think that's kind of what, really solidified the fact of me being able to come here, and I'm very blessed that the board even recognized me to even interview me for this position. But I think all of the realtors are in competition with one another. I understand that, but if we don't collaborate and work together, what's the point?
Yeah, we don't need to have a bunch of cracks through our city. There's enough for everybody to go around.
There's plenty. Yep, there's plenty.
Well, here's my last one. What impact what kind of vision of an impact do you have for the association to have on the community?
My goal, since I've got here, is for people to actually understand what realtors do. And I don't mean just on the navigation of buying and selling homes, which is, one of the most powerful things in the world is when somebody can buy a home. I mean, that's unbelievable in its own self. But I think for me, the lasting impression would be for the community to actually understand why realtors do what they do and all the amazing things that they actually do for the community. I mean, we had a Realtor of the Year event, which was my first one being a part of, and it was unbelievable for me to find out what some of the membership does in our community. I mean, 1,000 in Action, and the stuff with the military and Alliance for Youth, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And we're so community focused, but sometimes I think that we're not so good at communicating that. And so my goal would be is to let the general public understand why realtors are important and the important good deeds that they do in our community.
That's awesome, man. And I completely agree with you. I think that's kind of been pulled behind the curtain and for a long time, and now it's put under a microscope. So that's only going to move us forward professionally as an entire group, and it's going to boost our community as we grow.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that the other cool thing about Great Falls is, even though there's some crazy stuff going on nationally, and I'm not going to skirt that topic, but just because there's things going on nationally does not have a direct reflection of what happens in this market or even in this state. And I think touching on and being able to speak to that and educate people and not be afraid of having those conversations is quite powerful. Because there was some bad eggs in a national capacity that decided to do some things that aren't up to what I would expect, doesn't mean that that's happening in my association. So I think being able to speak to that and educate people on the fact that yes, this happened, and unfortunately it happens in almost every industry that I've ever been around, and it is unfortunate. However, I don't feel that is a direct reflection of Great Falls or the Great Falls Association of Realtors or its members.
I would absolutely have to agree. I mean, since you've come in, you gave me a call while I was part of another association, and we have our expectations. You're keeping tabs on everybody, but you're also exactly like you said about the education and about raising the bar as a whole, which I really appreciate. I hope the community appreciates it, and look forward to seeing the progression.
Yeah.
And some clarity on what we do, and it's excited to have you around, man. Like this is super cool.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing this today. It's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. That's all the questions I got. But I mean, do you have anything else you want the people to know? You got?
No, just stop by and see us.
All right.
Come visit with me. I mean, that's what we're here for. Is people come here, ask questions, or the realtors come and ask questions. Just get a hold of us, and we'll try to help out as much as we can.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by today.